Hello beautiful people and welcome to my channel. If you are a new subscriber, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Everything that I use in this video will be listed down below just in case you miss anything. Also, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss whenever I post another video. Let's get straight into it. I like to do my brows off camera just so they don't take too much time, but if you need a more detailed brow tutorial, just let me know. Even though we may not have the same brow shape, I may be able to still assist you so that way that you know how to do your brows the same way each and every time. But I started off with a dark brown shade and I just added it to the outer corner as well as a little above my crease area. And to blend that out even further, I'm going in with like a peachy color and I'm just applying that as a transition color. With that other color on camera, you have to build it up, but in person it did show up right away, but I'm just building it up so that it really shows through. And then I'm gonna keep going back in between that brown and that transition color so that the brown does not get too lost within the transition, but everything flows together. And now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of black and mix that in with that brown just so that color will be a little more deepened. You can go in with the black first, but I didn't want it to be too black, so then I decided to just go in with the brown first and then blend it out as I go. Now I'm going in with a bright pink and I'm applying that in the center, really building that up. You can go in and apply some concealer if needed, but for this particular look, I didn't want to do a cut crease. And now I'm blending that into that brown just a little bit with stamping motions. And then I will go back in without applying anything else onto the other brush just to blend out that brown and black a little more so that that pink don't overpower it. For the inner corner, I'm going in with like a tannish and a white shade, and I'm just applying it only in that inner corner area, and then I will go back in and blend the pink and that color together so that everything flows together. You can start off with this color first if you want to. It just depends on how you want to do it. And to blend everything together, you can go in with a completely clean brush. I'm just using the brush that I use for my transition color to blend it together. Now that that's done, let's go to the other side. And now for the foundation, I'm just applying a little bit of foundation to the center of my face and then blending it out. And if I need to go in with a little more, I'll go in with a little more. But for the most part, a little does go a long way. So apply a little first before going in with any more to make sure that everything is nice and covered. When cleaning up the top portion of my brows, I normally use a concealer that's close to my skin tone, but for this particular video, I decided to go in with my foundation shade that I'm using, and it works just as well. So now I'm just going to make sure that everything is nicely blended. Spray my face just a little bit and blend that out a little more before going in with any type of concealer. This is just to really lock all of that foundation into place. And with my concealer, I just been going in with a little bit in the inner corner of my eye. I did have to go in with a little more on the other side because I added a little too much on this side, but it's still a little bit. And I'm going to add a little to the center of my forehead and down the center of my nose. And I will go in with a lighter concealer on the forehead as well as the center of the nose a little bit later. And now I'm just blending it out right away because I don't want that to sit for too long. You can, I normally blend out the edges, but for this particular video, I was kind of rushing just a little bit. But you want to make sure that you give yourself enough time, especially if you have somewhere to go, that you can take your time and do your makeup the correct way. I'm going to go in with a triangle puff to blend out that concealer, starting with the outer edges first. And I normally like to let the inner corner sit for a little while longer while I'm blending out the rest. But for this particular look, I'm going to go ahead and blend that out right away. And while I'm blending it out, I am going to go in with my brush just to blend it out even further. And then I'm going to go in with just a little bit more of concealer just so that I can get that brightness under the eye for this particular look. And the lighting on my ring light for some reason kept changing, so I don't know if it's getting ready to go out or it wasn't all the way plugged in, but towards the end of the video you will see what I mean. I'm going to blend out that concealer again just a little bit before going in with my pressed powder to really set that concealer into place. I like to use a pressed powder first before going in with any type of baking. I don't really bake because I already have dry skin, so I don't let it sit for too long. And I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. And I'm going to go in with my foundation brush to blend out those edges to make sure everything is nice and blended. And now I'm going to go in with a little bit of bronzer just to add a little more color to the face and help blend out that concealer in the foundation just a little bit. And as you can see, a little bit goes a long way with this bronzer. You don't want to put on too much. I'm also going to use a little bit of that bronzer to kind of contour my nose just a little bit. I really didn't have to do this step because of the concealer and the foundation, how it was applied. It already looked like I had a natural contour going on. So I really didn't have to do this, but I wanted it to show through just a little bit more. I'm going to use my foundation brush to help blend out that concealer just a little bit. You can go in with another smaller brush to help you really get it the way you want, but I just decided to use what I have in front of me. And I'm also blending out that bronzer just a little bit more. And to help set the under eyes a little bit more, I'm going in with some translucent powder, and I'm going in with a little bit at a time because I don't want to apply too much. And you also don't want to bake for too long, at least if you have dry skin, because it do appear to be even drier if you do so. So just keep that in mind. And to clean up that bronzer a little bit, as well as set the rest of that foundation, I'm just going in with a little bit of this translucent powder to do that as well. And I'm blending that out right away. I'm not letting that sit at all because I really don't like that little white cast that it may leave behind. Some powders it do, some powders it don't. It just depends. But for this particular powder, I don't have that issue. And this is where I'm about to start having lighting issues when the light started changing and doing its own thing. So I do apologize for that. It appeared to be darker 1 minute, lighter 1 minute, and it just kept going on and off. And then towards the end of the video, it just completely went off. So I will have to figure out how to put one of my other ring lights on my desk, because this one fits on there perfectly and I still have room for other stuff, and the other ones are slightly bigger, so I need to figure that out. And I do apologize again for the lighting. So I will be finishing the rest of the face off camera because the lighting ended up acting up really bad. Everything that I used in this video will be listed down below. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. And I hope you all enjoyed this video as much as I did making it.